Hi guys, welcome to the Enemy Multi-Universe. Today we go back to Bleach EP7, the animation, Bleach 1,000 Year Blood War. Man, this was a sad episode, dude. This was a man, this episode, it just hit me so much. I mean, it it was sad, you know. But anyway, let's get into the review. The first scene that we get to see of this episode, we get to see the old goatee squad, the first captains that were led by old man Yamamoto. I think this scene was so perfect because it just set the stage for what was about to transpire the entire episode, man. We've got all the captains, they look to be blood hungry savages just running through those quincies. And then we obviously had old man Yama blazing through those quincies. We even get a close-up scene where he's just stepping over the corpses of those quincies, and as he steps on their heads, the guys are burning down, and then we've got the head quincy on the other end, who's at the receiving end of the might of old man Yama. Quite an epic scene, but it just set the stage for what was about to transpire on the other hand, right? Obviously the episode starts and then we get a flashback of old man Yama. I think he was with Swinshi, then we get a cut into the present scene where the music in the background is just silence, and we just see old man Yama get cut into half. I mean, man, that was so sad, dude. That was so sad. Then we get to see, old man Yama tries to hold on to, that head quincy dude, and that dude straight up slashes his hand. Just the irony to just suppose, where that quincy was relative to old man Yama. Now it's the opposite. And then we've got the reaction from the various captains. The morale is down. Then Sunshi even gets shot. We see him get shot by one of the quincies, from just the sheer shock that the arguably the most powerful man in the Soul Society has been killed. And then obviously that head quincy goes on to give a speech about how those guys used to just be so bloodthirsty. They didn't care about what they were doing, and essentially old man Yama has gotten soft after he defeated the quincies. He's gotten people that he loves, then he has much to protect. And also how he's so hesitant on relying on humans for help, how he could have used Orehime's powers to essentially heal his hands, but he chose not to. And then the music, man, as he's going over that whole speed, the music just plays in the background. Oh man, it was just a sad episode, And obviously the final blow, that dude straight up, he obliterates old man Yama, vanishes him. And then, in the midst of everything, we've got more quincies that are summoned to the Soul Society. They start attacking the remaining, Soul Reapers. The morale is just down. Some of the soldiers are even hesitant to even fight back. And then we get Ichigo. He finally is able to break through the. He's finally able to break through the prison and enter the Soul Society, and straight up goes for, he goes for Kuchiki. He goes for Kuchiki, and then we get another side speech where Kuchiki is essentially talking about where Kuchiki is talking about, and then we get another scene where we've got Kuchiki. He's talking about how he led all his subordinates. Okay, they start off by saying, okay, Rukia is asking Ichigo if Rukia and Renji are still okay, you know. And then he gives his whole speech about how, you know, he led his subordinates to death. He disappointed his families, you know. Oh man, that's another scene for me that got me a bit teary. I'm not gonna lie. And then finally, he says to Ichigo, he's gonna ask him for one last favor for him to protect the Soul Society. And then we see my boy, his spiritual pressure starts to just burn, and literally you could see, you know, the rain evaporate as it, you know, comes around Ichigo. That's how angry he was. Then off he goes straight for the head Quincy. A battle ensues. And then Ichigo is just mad. He asks him, are you the guy who's responsible for invading the Soul Society? Are you our enemy? You know? And that head Quincy says yes or no, or maybe no, which is quite telling because, I mean, that head Quincy is quite right, you know? It's a war, guys. You know, in war, there are no winners, you know? You know, and he's right. They're essentially taking revenge at what, you know, the Soul Society essentially did to the Quincy's. Now we go back to our first scene where we see the head captains attack, you know, the Quincy's and annihilate them. You know, the roles have now been reversed, and the pain that we felt as the viewers being on the side of the Soul Reapers is the same pain that the Quincy's felt when they were being invaded. You know, so that conflict, it's like a taste of one's own medicine. And that guy is right. He isn't an enemy, right? And as much as Ichigo was strong, as much as, you know, he tries fighting back, that head Quincy was mopping the floor with Ichigo, you know. And then obviously we get the big news, which is that Ichigo's mom was a Quincy. Who would have known, right? Which shocked him. And that's how essentially Ichigo was able to escape that prison. It was essentially because he's got Quincy powers, and his spiritual pressure remembered who he is inside. You know, he's half Quincy, half Soul Reaper, you know. And which also makes sense why I think Ichigo, his Bankai, can't get captured by the Quincy's. But yeah, and obviously the Quincy's leave, and they tell Ichigo to heal up. They're about to get him. And yeah, I'm sorry if I'm a bit slow, guys, on the video, but yeah, quite an interesting episode. I'm glad that Bleach is back, man. Great episode. You know, you juxtapose it to last episode where we were crying about, well, not crying, so hyped about the action scene. In this particular episode, the roles have been reversed. We are hyped with the storytelling, you know, the quality, the sad story. Yeah, I guess this is gonna be one of those stories that goes down like the death of Jiraiya in Naruto. But yeah, great episode, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Again, I look forward to the next episode. If you enjoyed my review, my thoughts, please leave a comment. What did you love most about episode 7 of Bleach, 1,000 Year Blood War? And consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you.